On today's episode of The Young and the Restless, Sally receives the paternity test results, Daniel has second thoughts, and Devin retains legal counsel. Chloe informs Sally that they should appreciate the fact that they were not rejected by Jill outside of social context. Sally doesn't feel like celebrating because she still doesn't know who the father of her baby is, but she reassures her friend that she's doing fine other than the uncertainty of her future. Chloe and Sally head inside, and Chloe congratulates her friend on the successful paternity test. She will have a lovely kid and show her child more love than she ever thought possible, no matter what the prediction says. Furthermore, they will find tremendous success with their new enterprise. Sally. In the Newman office, Victoria reveals to Nate and Nick that Tucker has made a full sale of the business to her. That's hard to believe for them. As Nate recounts, Audra informed Tucker of their intentions to settle his debt. After that, he must have gotten the message that it was time to get going and make a move. Nick is confused about what they should do next. Victoria warns that they are under no obligation to follow through with Tucker's plan to make this as easy as possible for him. They still have time to buy up his debt and take over the company at a discount. Nick is concerned that McCall will have a bad reaction and destroy. Daniel, in his suite at the Grand Phoenix, acknowledges Lucy's handmade jewelry. He assures her that his love for her will never end. He considers her to be his most precious possession. He emerged from the shadows thanks to her brilliance. It will take a lot of hard work, but he is determined to prove himself as a father she can be proud of. He will be there for her whenever she calls on him. Even if there is an ocean between them, he will always be her dad and think of her often. She embraces her partner. Heather has arrived, and her daughter is instructed to retrieve her bag and cell phone. Once Lucy leaves, Daniel expresses his appreciation to Heather for allowing him and her some private time. These were essential for him. Heather has some important remarks to make. Lucy handed him her bracelet, and he tells her he promised to be a better father in exchange. Heather noticed there was no tension as she walked in, but she advises him to proceed with caution anyway. They've seen their daughter in pain for quite some time. She begs him to slow down, saying that she is still processing everything that has transpired. That might turn out to be problematic for them both. Once Lucy is back, they immediately leave to go meet Paul. Daniel, now free to talk, accepts a call from Lily, who wants to talk about Omega Sphere now that they're both alone. Right now, Daniel could need a sympathetic shoulder to cry on. Daniel tells Lily that Lucy and Heather are in town when she visits his suite. The two seem to be doing well for a while, but Heather eventually broke the news that they were officially finished, and that she had developed feelings for someone else. Eventually, his daughter informed him how much he had wounded her. Though Lucy comforted him by giving him a bracelet, he feels like Lucy has broken his heart. He is doubtful that he can restore normalcy. His chances of keeping his marriage alive have been severely diminished. Lily reminds him that he and his daughter are not completely beyond redemption. While he would like to accept this, he knows that everyday face-to-face contact with her is preferable to their current method of communicating via video chat. He is doubtful if he can muster the strength or motivation to see his project through to completion. Lily recognizes his pain and assures him that things will improve. Currently, he seems to be wasting his time in his career. In teaching his daughter how to make her dreams come true, Daniel is reminded by Lily of the positive impact his career has on the world. Daniel expresses his appreciation to her. He wants space and quiet to reflect on what's happened and where he stands emotionally. Lily assures him everything will be fine, then leaves. As Christine enters Devin's penthouse, Abby makes her way upstairs to visit Dominic. Devin is grateful that she has agreed to represent him in his pursuit to regain control of Hamilton Winters. She cautions that there may be significant personal cost, but promises to make the strongest case possible if he is certain. He says that he has made an effort to persuade Jill and Lily to see things from his perspective, but that they have cornered him and will now have to deal with the repercussions. Christine then leaves after receiving all the information she needs from him. Abby descends to the common area for a beverage. Devin acknowledges that the lawsuit will provoke a lot of animosity, but he is confident that Neil will stand by it. Abby still has doubts about whether or not he would be happy once he regains control of his business. Even though Neil won't be around, Lily's distance from him will grow. Devin maintains that he has a clear goal in mind. Christine bumps into Nate on the elevator. He figures she went to see his cousin and inquires as to whether or not it was for business. After not responding, she leaves. As Adam tells Victor at Crimson Lights that he needs Victoria's employment to get him back to Newman, Victor is impressed by his audacity. There's no other way for him to show how badly he wants him back. His dad is not the type to take part in such antics. Adam isn't going to serve as his sister's poodle. Victor assures him that the chance to lead a corporation on par with Newman's will present itself soon. That might turn out much better than he hopes. Despite his son's assurances that he sounds honest, he has his reservations because of their past. Adam gives him a full day to think about it. When that happens, his subsequent proposals will be moot. The three of them, Chloe, Sally, and Nick, visit society. They update him on their upcoming discussion with Jill and express their appreciation for his assistance. Sally admits to waiting for the paternity test results for an hour, once Chloe has left. She doesn't worry though because he says they'll be fine. Adam shows up and starts listening in. They give an abrupt excuse for leaving when he interrupts. When Lily runs into Christine later, she finds out that Christine is actually working for Devin. She wants to know if she and Jill can come to an agreement with him. Despite their best efforts, he has turned down Lily's offer, she explains. She thinks it's too late to change her mind. Lily, after a few drinks at the pub, phones Amanda and asks if she'd be interested in returning to defend the company. Nick and Sally visit the red light district. Before they can have a treat, she gets a text announcing the paternity test results are in. As he walks around the park, Daniel examines the blue bracelet Lucy gave him, seemingly conflicted. This time Tucker pays a visit to the Abbott home. While inside, he reminds Ashley that he has vowed to prove he has changed for the better. The slate has been wiped clean and he's selling McCall to Newman. She didn't expect that. They have a seat, and he expresses his want to make things happen. She explains that he was cornered and didn't have much leeway. Waiting would have made matters considerably worse for him. Even yet, he maintains that he is doing his best to treat her with the respect she deserves. After promising to give over his fortune to her, he is now making good on his word. How could his approach to her be meaningless? Ashley has stated that she enjoys watching him struggle because of all he has put her through. Tucker considers such a reasonable consequence for his actions. He looks at his messages, then calls furiously to demand explanations. He then turns to Ashley and reveals that his debts have been absorbed by a third party. Someone else, surely not Newman. This throws a monkey wrench into his prideful plan to always remain one step ahead of the competition. Tucker can tell she is having fun. She owns up to the fact that she purchased his debt. You are mine. It's not going to be simple, she warns. Victoria goes back to the Newman office and tells her dad that Tucker wants to sell. He maintains that they must now go through with their initial plan to buy up his debt. She is shocked by a phone call. Victoria hangs up the phone and informs Victor that they missed their opportunity to seduce McCall. Since only Devin could afford such a large sum, he is the prime suspect in her eyes. Victor isn't convinced by that. Who else, though, would have had the opportunity to accomplish such a thing?